Welcome to another St. Pete by Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the St. Pete by Night Twitch channel, where we play St. Petersburg by Night, a massive multiplayer tabletop role-playing game set in the world of darkness. We play Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning, and Werewolf the Apocalypse. My name is Nikki, also known as Crafty Mirage, and you can find me on all social media at Crafty Mirage, and I am one of the storytellers here at St. Pete by Night. Make sure to check out St. Pete by Night on all major social media platforms. We're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube. And we're also available as podcasts now. All of our past episodes are now available in podcast form, so you can just pop in an earbud and just let it play, which is what you should do. Get those numbers up, everyone. But you really should check us out on our website at stpetebynight.com. We have our city map there, our storyteller profiles, our upcoming tables. We have our one-of-a-kind threat meter. It's great. And if you aren't already a subscriber here on Twitch, you should go ahead and hit that follow button and catch up on our past episodes. And if you're interested in playing with us, you should come and join our amazing Discord server and be a part of our community. Today we are playing Don't Get Caught, our Anarch Chronicle here on St. Pete by Night. Let's introduce our players.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'll be playing the Toreador chef, Alex Baker.
I am Mango McSalsa, and I will be playing the very troubled Tremia, Annalise Fisher.
Hi, I'm Krazas, and I'm playing the very fancily dressed Rex Elias.
Hello, I'm Jay, and I'll be playing Mithras' favorite princess and the most interesting adventure in the world, Valerie Monet.
I feel like you need a timeout for that one. So, in our last session, a continuation from the previous one before that, our coterie confronted Valerie on her connections with Tampa, her sire, and the cult of Mithras. Annalise performed a blood ritual on Valerie, which, to her knowledge, is called Who's Your Daddy, thanks to the resident Anarch Tremere Edith, and found out that Valerie was indeed a member of Mithras' bloodline, but also not the domitor of both the ghouls Marquis, Monet, and River. This led to a guns blazing standoff, which was the equivalent of the Spider-Man meme, I feel, where everyone was just fairly on edge, aggressive, with some harm compulsions in the mix, trying to get to the bottom of things. This whole situation, this whole standoff led to Mark, Valerie's dad, getting shot and escaping, barely with his life. And Valerie's sire, Agnes Babel, reaching out and making demands over the phone through supernatural means. Ultimately, things ended tensely, with Valerie being exiled from the coterie haven having to be moved, and the trust between these kindred broken. Throughout the week, you all went about your individual business. However, there was one thing that united you all during this time period. The night after this incident where Valerie was exiled, you all received a text message from a number you don't generally get messages from, the number you know as Sebastian de Leon's. A warning. A simple text message that states, "I'm hearing a lot of noise coming from your side of town. Quiet down. This is your only warning." So tonight, we move, after that bit of revelation, to Annalise. Annalise. So, you are not one to leave a mess, and you are also one who has been focused on getting the task assigned to you done. So tonight you're working and focusing on both of those things. You are working on cleaning up the mess that is Cheese, Rex's former associate, and you are also going to do some investigating on where Rex's other associate, Fudge, went missing. So, how are you dealing with the body? Sorry, we've already done this. It's just technical difficulties are making us do it again. How are you going to handle the body now that you know that bathtubs aren't the best option?
Well, I was going to try to take it to the sewer so that I could deal with it down there. And I just learned that apparently there are no sewer accesses right near the Haven.
No.
So this is fun.
So, prior to these technical difficulties, I had asked Annalise to roll a stealth and dexterity to see how easily she was able to move the body from the house to the car, and got 0 successes. So, you notice the red and blue lights of a police cruiser. You've pulled over, and you've assumed the position. The officer...
I would also like to Blush of Life.
Of course, yes,
So
go
that
for
he
it.
doesn't walk up to a corpse driving the car.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and give me your rouse check for that.
I'm hungrier.
That's fair. All right, so the officer, like most officers when pulling someone over, take their sweet ass time approaching the window. In fact, give me a wits and awareness.
That's a 5 dice pool. Can I just take half?
Yeah, you can take half.
Okay.
So that would be
So
3
that's what, 2?
successes. It's half rounded up. So
Okay,
3
awesome.
successes. So yeah, you take a look in the rear view mirror and on the side mirrors, and you can see this dude is like, he's checking out. You can see him. He looks like he's chewing on something. He's checking your license plate from the comfort of behind the driver's seat. You see him look to the little computer on the dashboard, slowly typing things in. It's like he's trying to make you anxious on purpose.
He's trying to wind me up so that he can escalate shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. This is why we invested a 2-dot mask, kids.
But yeah, you see him right before getting out of the vehicle. He reaches down, takes a sip of what looks like a Starbucks to-go cup, sets it down, and gets out of the vehicle and just moseys over to your window. License and registration, ma'am. And he has a flashlight too that he is pointing a little too pointedly at you.
Certainly, officer. And I will reach over to the the glove compartment and get the registration out and take my license out of my wallet, which says Sarah Fielding on it, and hand him my documents.
Now, is Sarah Fielding's address still in New York?
It is.
Okay.
And I have New York plates.
Yeah.
But
so you see him he takes the license and registration. Long way from New York, ma'am.
yeah, I'm down here to visit some college friends. They were just having a wedding a couple weeks ago, and we've been catching up.
Destination wedding, huh?
Yeah, Florida's real nice in the summertime. So at least as far as the views go, the mosquitoes I could leave, but
Yeah, definitely stock up on bug spray while you're here. You know why I pulled you over today, ma'am?
actually, officer, I do not. I would love to find out though, so I can correct whatever it is.
Speeding just a little bit over. We kind of follow the speed limit here in Florida. But
My apologies.
you see him look towards the back, towards the trunk. What you got back there, ma'am?
Not much. Some camping gear and geez, I haven't cleaned it out in forever. I don't even know.
Mind if I have a look?
Unfortunately, officer, I do, because that would be a search without a warrant, and I am actually a little bit of a proponent of the Constitution and the law. So I'm gonna respectfully decline, but I understand why you would want to.
Go ahead and give me... I'll give you an option. You can either do charisma and politics, or intelligence and persuasion.
I'm gonna do intelligence and persuasion, because I have neither persuasion nor politics, but at least I have a 3 in intelligence and a 1 in charisma.
Okay.
And you said it's half rounded up for taking half?
Yes.
I would like to just take the 2 successes. I'm so scared of 0 successes right now.
Okay. He looks at you a bit. Wait here, ma'am, while I go run this real quick.
Absolutely, officer.
He heads back to his vehicle. You see him get back behind the driver's seat, start fiddling with the computer. Okay. After about...
Give me the fucking ticket, just don't look at the car!
After about 10 minutes, he returns. Alright, ma'am. Looks like you don't have any prior speeding offenses or anything. You were just going 5 over. I'm gonna let you off with a warning this time.
Thank you very much, officer. That's very considerate of you.
But if I have marked you down in the system, if someone pulls you over for the same offense, you might not get so lucky. You might not get off so lucky next time.
More than reasonable. I appreciate your time, officer. I'll do my best to watch my speedometer a little more closely.
All right. He taps the hood of your car, indicating that you're free to go.
Right, and I will very carefully and using my blinker and like all of the things,
just like
pull slowly back onto the roadway.
Like,
and just
you're in your
2 and 10,
driver's
baby,
test.
2 and 10.
2 and 10 driver's test mode. All right. Yeah, you pull away very easily. You start heading towards a more isolated sewer entrance. And you go ahead, you get the body out, you bring it back down. So, you're dissolving the body down in the sewers?
Yes.
All right.
Annalise doesn't need to breathe, but Mango.
Cops suck. So, to dissolve the body, we've done the math, everyone. For every 35 centimeters of body mass, it is a rouse check for corrosive vitae. We've determined that cheese is about 7-ish range. So we're gonna go ahead and do 5 rouse checks to dissolve the body.
Before I start dissolving the body, I would like to text Rex and Alex and just let them know approximately where I am and what I'm doing, and if they don't hear from me within like a couple of hours, to come find my ass, because I will probably be distraught.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me those 5
Here's my glimpse location.
Go ahead and give me those 5 rouse checks.
All right, I like to live dangerously. Let's go. Number 1, Hunger Unchanged.
Okay.
Number 2, Hungrier. I am now at a 3. This can only go well. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Oh, it'll be fine.
I am now at a 4.
Okay.
God damn it. Why did I blush of life? Should have just eaten the cop. I'm at 5!
Alright. You've done 4 rouse checks and now are at 5 hunger.
Before I do this last one, I'm gonna text Rex and Alex and both go just like a little group chat with the 3 of us and just be like, really fucking hungry.
Okay. So, if you fail the next rouse check, you will frenzy. The body is mostly dissolved. What's left is probably some skeletal remains and some flesh.
I'm trying to think, because my conviction is to always clean up your own mess. Technically, it's not my mess, but it is the coteries' mess.
Technically, it's Rex's mess, and you have volunteered to clean it up. Thus assuming responsibility over it.
Yeah. If nothing else, it will be incredibly hard to do anything with what's left of him, so... I wish this was live streamed. I could ask the chat to decide. No, it's gonna bother me, but I'm gonna leave it so that I can go back to my haven and try to eat something, because otherwise I'm no good to anybody.
Okay. So you leave the mostly dissolved remains.
Yes.
Behind.
I've frenzied enough in the last few weeks. I need to calm down.
All right. Are you going hunting before returning to your haven?
Yes.
All right. Go and get ahead and give me your hunting check. -1 dice because of the threat meter, where it's currently at.
So for me, that is intelligence plus streetwise. Three successes.
3 successes. 3 successes is enough for you to break into one of the red buses, which is a traveling blood draw organization that goes around collecting blood throughout the area. You're able to easily break into one of the buses and gather enough bags to slake 3 hunger.
That's a pretty fucking good deal for me. I'm happy with that.
You have to immediately feed. You're like you waste them right then and there.
Yeah. I will say I have Iron Gullet, so I probably should have checked and see if Cheese had any blood in him before I dissolved him, but that's okay.
That's okay. I mean, he would have, but it would have been fairly...
It would have been gross, but I have Iron Gullet. I can
That's
eat
true.
rancid blood.
It's true. All right. So, you get whatever blood you need and you head on out to the... I'm going to pause real quick. All right. Okay, so you gather, you hunt, you start heading to your haven in order to start investigating what potentially happened to Fudge. Now, I'll say that you have the general vicinity of where Fudge was dealing that night. Thanks to Alice, you do have access to Looking Glass, which allows you a pretty considerable view of the city through some means that you haven't been able to crack. This program is pretty good.
Nice. At some point I'm gonna have to try to copy the code so I can tweak it on my own and make my own shit.
Okay. So,
but right now, we're looking for Fudge.
We're looking for Fudge. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and investigation check while you scour cameras from that area using Fudge's likeness.
Half of 5 would be 3?
Half of 5 would be 3, yes.
Okay, I'd like to take my 3 successes on that.
Okay. So with 3 successes, it takes you about 30-45 minutes to start to scour through the street cams just because they're not the best quality. Infrastructure has really gone downhill since certain figures have taken political office. But you have, you're able to eventually find where Fudge is. You find Fudge dealing in like in a street area near Dunedin, within Dunedin actually. And after you follow him via the cameras, he generally stays to the same city block, moving around frequently, going into bars, going into nightclubs, going into like late night areas. You see him go into back alleys, come back out safely. Watching for about an hour, watching him go about his business, doing his work, is when you finally notice the interesting thing. You see a white 2013 Ford Focus.
Does this ring a bell for me?
It looks exactly like the one that Haley was last described driving. You see it pull up to Fudge. Go ahead and give me a wits and insight for the interaction that you're seeing on camera.
That's another dice pool of 5, so I'm gonna take the 3 again.
Okay. You see that Fudge is relaxed. He's not uneased by this interaction that he's having with the person in the driver's seat, which unfortunately, because of the camera positioning, you can't make out who is driving. You just kind of see hands on the driving wheel, on the steering wheel. But you see Fudge very clearly. He is relaxed, chatting, friendly. Eventually, you see him nod and get in the car. And then it starts to drive away.
Can I try to use the traffic cameras to follow the car's path?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and technology to see if you can figure out the path via, like, the camera path.
For sure. Hey, 4 successes.
With 4 successes, you are able to easily track the car. It's driving through Dunedin, and eventually you see it drive out of Dunedin into the neutral zone.
Okay. Is the neutral zone where my access to the cameras ends?
The neutral zone, you still have access to the cameras.
Okay. Am I able to follow the car to where it stops?
You are able to follow the car to where it stops. Which it stops at a park within the neutral zone.
Okay. Stops at a park. I don't suppose there's any even non-clear footage of anything happening at the park, or
there don't seem to be cameras linked to the park, just the street cams.
God damn it. Okay. Do I have a date and time on the camera footage for this?
So the date and time on the camera footage would be the same night that Cheese got killed.
Okay. So the night Fudge went missing.
It's the night Fudge went missing, yes.
Okay. And I'm not asking for a specific name because I know we're not supposed to be naming things specifically anymore, but am I able to write down like an address for the park or something like that?
Yeah, you're able to write down which park it is. It is a public park, so that we are able to name. If it's public property, we can name it. I looked it up. So, Dunedin Parks, Florida. You are the park that him and the driver stop in is. One moment. Sorry, I'm really bad at navigating these.
You're totally fine.
See the Google Maps. The dark mode is messing with me. It is Stevenson Creek Park, which is a golf. It's like a golf club. It's a golf. It's a country club park. Clearwater Country Club Park.
Oh yay, Clearwater. I love that.
It is in the neutral zone though. Like the neutral zone is that weird area where Clearwater.
Oh yeah, I know. I just like I hear the word Clearwater and the Tremere trauma immediately rings bells.
That's fair. But yeah, you do find the name of that park. Pretty sure. Man, I hate this map so much. Alright. Yeah, Clearwater Country Club.
Okay, that is
Oh
at
wait,
least
no, I
some
went
place
too.
to start.
Hang on, I did go too far south.
Mm.
I did go too far south on the map. My bad. All right, it is. I'm like I said, I'm bad at navigating this map. I just want to park.
You about to set me up to walk into the Tremere.
Sorry, that was my bad. That was me just misreading things. Let's just go with Philippe Park. There we go.
Okay.
Philippe Park, it's right by the water side. Like facing the bay.
Okay. That is at least a freaking lead, so I've got something. I will text the other two that I am back at my haven, and I'll meet them at the Coterie Haven later, if they're able to, because I've got a lead. And then that's it for me.
Yeah, you do see them get out of the car, though. Like,
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because the cameras are still on them, going like on them as they're.
That's what I was trying to say. Is like,
okay, yeah.
I wasn't sure if the street camera had
meant,
any
like,
visual on the car park.
Yeah, it's on.
No.
On the car park, you do see them parking.
Okay. If I see them getting out of the car, am I able to recognize the driver at all, or get any like identifiable features?
So go ahead and give me a wits and investigation.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't see the car after it was parked.
No, you can. I misunderstood. That was my bad.
Another 4 successes. It seems
4
taking half has satisfied the dice bot demons.
Okay. So with 4 successes, you see Fudge get out. He's very large individual. And the person that you see get out, you can't really make out their features. You see that they are a small individual, very petite, about like based on what you know about Fudge, this person has to be at least 5'4" in height. They're wearing a hoodie. They have and baggy pants. But you can tell just based on skin tone that they are Caucasian. They have to at least be Caucasian, white of some degree, European possibly. You don't get their face because of the hood. But you do see the main thing that's obstructing with the hood is because of the camera and it being night. The hood is catching red eyes, like glowing red eyes.
Got it. Writing that shit down for the group.
So a 5'4" individual with red eyes.
Yeah, petite, baggy clothes, light skin, glowing red eyes.
Glowing red eyes.
All right. Then I will now text them that I have a lead and that I'll meet them at the Coterie Haven when they're available to. And then that's it for me.
All right. So now we will be moving on to Rex. Rex. Okay. A lot of bones popping just now. Rex, you have decided to go to De Noche this evening and speak with Carmen Alvarez once more. What preparations are you making?
All right. Several. First off, I do figure I should get her a gift of some kind, just to be like a sorry thing. Hopefully a combination of that and dressing nice will get her attention enough to not hate me immediately.
All right, so for a gift, go ahead and give me you can have either wits and insight or wits and politics or etiquette. So it's going to be wits and either insight, etiquette, or politics to determine what kind of gift to get her.
I guess it's a wits and insight. If you don't mind crafting before I make this roll, can I have fed beforehand?
Yes.
And to get my drug cocaine bonus to social rolls. Okay, cool. That's not going to apply here.
Go ahead and give me your hunting check then.
Okay.
Remember, it's -1 because of the threat meter.
Okay, I need to reference the companion again, or player's guide, rather. Okay. So... It's going to be a charisma plus stealth for me. With my ambush specialty, so that's going to bring just down to 5. All right, I'll take 2 for my 2 successes for hunting for drug deal.
For drug deal? I'll say you're only able to really get one hunger worth of hunger slaked with the 2 successes.
That's fine. That's all I needed.
Okay.
It's not really about the slaking more than it is getting the drug. All right. So that's the first bit of preparation. Then it's the gift giving. So
what drug are you getting again?
Cocaine. That's my
the one that you have to spend 2 willpower points to re-roll messy crits or bestial failures, and difficulties to resist and control frenzy increased by 1.
Yes. So I get that willpower bonus, but in exchange, it's easier for me to frenzy.
Gotcha. Okay.
But high functioning addict will give me +1 to 1 ghoul of my choice. So it's going to be charisma pools.
Okay.
Or social rather.
Gotcha.
But the Wits and Insight is going to be a mental one, I assume, right? Or well, I mean,
Wits and Insight is an intelligence. It is a mental.
Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna go ahead and re-roll that.
Some of these photos in the book are so extra.
That's gonna be a 1 success with a bestial failure potential.
So, when trying to figure out what to get Carmen, you kind of draw a blank. Like, even in your past with your girlfriend in life, this was kind of just like a, well, what do I get you? Just tell me what you want. And it was kind of just like a little bit of a point of contention, like, you should know what I want sort of deal. And it's just like, woman, you're driving me crazy. But, Carmen, from what you've observed, is someone who likes expensive things. She always likes to look her best. She always likes to look pretty. And you've gathered from Sebastian that she enjoys being complimented and having her and being told she's pretty. But for your bestial failure, your compulsion when you're with Carmen is to try to determine something she would like in the future. You got to find out a secret from Carmen whenever you're interacting with her.
You got it. Okay. Next bit of preparation. And this is just Rex being a little paranoid, but we are going to have my allies set up about 3 miles away via my ghoul. So ghoul, she has allies. They're going to be set up about 3 miles away from the Noche.
Okay.
With my spiders, I'll have a connection with my ghoul on my trigger, and they shouldn't expect anything, but if it happens, it happens. On my trigger, she'll give the order to head that way and try to extract Rex.
How are your spiders going to relay this message, though?
Familis, as far as I know, doesn't have a range to it. It's communications instantaneous, is what I remember reading.
Let me double check that. So animals do not have a mental, there's no psychic bond. You are able to communicate with your familis, but they cannot They don't have like a two-way telepathic bond with you.
Okay. I'll just set I guess just an instantaneous text trigger on my phone then.
All right, that you can do for sure. All right, so you head to De Noche. Go ahead and give me a composure and intelligence roll as you approach the building.
Mm-hmm. Okay, does that apply my bonus for high functioning addict to it?
You chose social, right? Yes, composure and intelligence. Yeah, this would count because composure is a social pool.
Make sure I'm not bullshitting myself. That's what exactly it was.
Oh wow, I actually turned right to the page. You add 1 die to any one category of pool. Specify when you choose. So you would have to choose one of the categories within social. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's the same wording. It's the same. It's basically the same thing as lingering kiss.
Okay, we'll just put it on charisma then, I guess.
Okay.
So no, not in composure. Okay, so we'll just do my regular composure and
Resolve. Yes.
intelligence then. Or,
Wait, no, you're right. You were right. It's intelligence and composure, correct. I have a blank sheet in front of me that just has all the stuff I need to.
That's gonna be a nice flat 5 successes.
All right, 5 successes. You start feeling the draw of the building, but you recognize what it is and you kind of shake it off. Don't let it affect you as you approach, so you are not affected by the awe-infused building that is De Noche.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you approach, you skirt past the Kine as usual. You find the same 2 security detail up front. This time, though, you do notice that as you approach, the German Shepherd and the Border Collie have both stood up and have begun growling at you. And normally in the past, the handler, the woman, has calmed them down from that. But as she sees you, she does not stop the dogs from growling. And she looks at you. Mr. Elias?
Jennifer, right?
That's correct. What can I help you with tonight?
I'd like to see Carmen again, to share my apologies for our last interaction and to talk business.
One moment, please. And you see her step away. She leaves the dogs there. And the dogs are alert, just staring at you, hair on end, teeth bared. The other security guard, Felix, actually looks nervous seeing the dogs acting like this. He keeps glancing at the dogs while he's checking IDs for the Kine coming in and out. But as you see Jennifer step away, she has her hand to her ear, saying a few words over a mic before eventually returning.
Okay,
If you'll
blush
fo-
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and blush.
Okay. Just so I don't, because all these people look at me, I'm getting growled at. Might as well not look dead. That's a failure. It's fine.
You still blush. You just get hungrier as a result. So Jennifer returns and she nods to you. Follow me, Mr. Elias. And she'll look at Felix. Felix, get Miguel to watch the door. Miss Alvarez expects you upstairs in 5 minutes. And Jennifer whistles to both dogs and they both begin following her, both at attention on either of her sides, and starts walking into the building, expecting you to follow her.
I will follow calmly.
So she leads you through the dance floor area, past the bar, up the stairs, through the VIP section, and then down the now brightly lit hall. This hallway is actually lit up for once, and the lights are actually blaring. If you weren't used, like if you didn't like bright fluorescent lighting, it would honestly give you a headache. That's how bright they are.
Mhm.
And you head down, you follow Jennifer down the hall. She knocks before opening the door, lets the dogs in past her, and holds it open for you to come on in.
I will calmly walk in. Since I seem to not have to knock this time. But
Yeah.
I'll calmly walk in.
You step inside, Jennifer closes the door behind you and assumes a position next to the door. Hands behind her back, at ease, like very much professional security guard at ease. The dogs have moved to sit on either side of Carmen's desk, and are now sitting, panting, just staring at you, Rex. And Carmen is sitting behind her desk. She is wearing a simple black dress that is more accented by this it's almost like a blazer, but like short on the sides, and has like sequins on it, so it's like a bedazzled blazer almost, but all black still. Her hair is tied back in a ponytail that she looks like she just did up. And you see her leaning back in her chair, spinning the chamber of a revolver. And she glances up at you. Hello.
Miss Alvarez.
Rex?
Quite upped your security detail, or...
Well, it's more of a security measure more than anything. Go ahead and give me another wits and awareness, Rex.
Mm-hmm. Four successes.
With 4 successes, you catch movement out of the corner of your eye on either side of the room, and you see behind Carmen's desk on either corner of the back walls, you see security cameras that are now blinking, that have blinked to life red, and are now looking directly, like pointed directly at you.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to talk.
Go ahead.
This seems a bit much, is all I've got to say. But
Again, security she just waves her fingers at the cameras, blows it a kiss, and then just looks at you. I don't really have control over those, so.
okay. First off, I'll say I'm sorry. I touched on some touchy subjects that I was unaware of. I apologize for my ignorance, as well as my ignorance for your expectations about visitors.
Etiquette's very important to me, Mr. Elias.
Understood. Well, you do look beautiful tonight. I like the outfit.
I know.
Do you mind if I have a seat?
You can stay standing.
Okay. Okay, seriously, what's going on with this? You have the dogs trained on me. You have cameras on my ass.
Again, security measures.
I'm not here to kill you, if that's what you're thinking. Unless you're here to kill me.
No.
In which case I can turn right around.
No, but you did send that guy, that little coked up guy, probably.
I'm sorry, who?
I don't know. He was like this really skinny guy with a wife beater. He kicked Jennifer's dog.
I have no clue who you're talking about.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation and subterfuge roll.
Okay. Because Rex would have no clue why you would know any of this. So he is going to lie his ass off. In fact, I'm going to rouse for this one, because fuck it, why not? Oh, not doing any of that anymore. Five successes, potential be a steel failure.
My bad, I guess it was since it was so soon after our little incident. I just assumed that you sent someone in to cause a scene.
Well, who knows? Could have been somebody I sold to at one point, said a name or two that he shouldn't have. I don't know.
But ever since, Jennifer has been a little on edge, and I can't blame her. And she looks at Tater Tot specifically. Tater Tot's so cute. Why would anyone want to kick that dog?
No clue. Look, I don't support anybody hurting no animals. I'm not in for that.
Yeah, that's why I
But-
had the cops called on him.
Oh, good.
What do you want?
Okay. Now that I feel a little better about that. So, first off, I'd like to say, I don't know what dealings you made with Valerie. She never did talk to me about it, but she seemed to have implied something because we apparently met relatively close to each other.
She wanted some information on Zeke and Dorothy, and on a few other people. And then I told her that in exchange, she needed to give me a major boon and another block of Dunedin whenever, if ever, you take it over.
Done. No problem.
3 blocks, excellent.
Yeah, look, it's not a big deal. That's not something I can. That I don't mind that as much. It might not be the blocks you want, but it'll be blocks.
3 city blocks, north.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, to extend on that point, I will tell you now that I am not 100% on the level with Valerie at the moment. And I will let you know that if she comes to you with any further dealings, that she is not a representative of mine, and she cannot make any further dealings on my behalf.
It's a shame. That one actually knows how to negotiate.
Yeah, well, she was puppeted by her absolute dumbass of a sire. And so
Ventrue being puppeteered by their sire. Say it isn't so.
Yeah, I get it. But from now on, she's not a representative of mine until she earns my trust again,
What did
which,
she do to not earn your trust?
well, not immediately telling me that she was now a spy, her bringing in her shitty father ghoul as well, and having him be a spy, and it's a whole thing. I'm not a fan of talking too much in detail about it.
She must have hurt your feelings.
Well, that and the other members of my coterie. So I felt the necessity to put my foot down, as it were.
Your other members of your coterie. The Bruja and I think a
It was a-
Toreador now?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, you still have that Bruja in there? Ugh.
Oh no, something else happened with her. I have got a different one now.
But you have the Toreador, right?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
I've met her.
Okay. She's a fun one, ain't she?
And she just gives you a smirk. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I hope you detect the sarcasm. My voice is not very clear on that one anymore.
She's got a big mouth on her for sure.
Huge.
Mm-hmm. Said a lot
But
of
I
things
hope-
to me. About you, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Oh, see, that's the thing about my club. I put a dollar sign next to information.
That's fair.
So, I'd be willing to let you know what she said in exchange for a favor. A little minor one.
As much as a bargain as I'm sure that is,
Very much a bargain.
the dealings of subordinates are not as important to me, so I'll have to pass for now.
Alright.
But thank you for the offer anyway.
Well, at least now you know that she's speaking of you to individuals who don't exactly align either way.
Mm-hmm. Well, she met you, so that's one thing that doesn't align either way.
I was in town for family dinner.
Visiting Sebastian, were you?
Yeah, so? I can't see a child or can't visit her sire?
No. I was just more interested in the details, but it's not my place.
Family dinner.
Okay. That's all I need to hear. What, I guess enough talk about that, though. Let me try to get a bit more personal here, since we brought him up anyway. Why are you, not Anarch? You know? You could totally do it. Take this place.
Too easy. And she just she continues spinning the barrel. Leadership's also a trap, Mr. Elias.
Yeah, well,
All of the
I'm an expert.
All of the responsibility, all of the repercussions. It's more of you're more tied down than anything.
Yeah, well, that's me. I'm a spider. I'm an expert in traps. I lay my own, and I'm tied down by my own webs.
And you get in trouble for whatever your little subordinates do.
Yeah, I get it. It's fine. They're all little bugs to my web anyway.
She continues spinning the chamber.
Why do you think Sebastian's still here? Is it just for you?
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, I'm definitely a perk. But no.
Because I can imagine he could be anywhere he wants. He controls like half the eastern coast, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I heard he's got connections through Chicago.
Oh yeah. We both do.
Yeah, well, why stay here?
Shits and giggles.
I guess that's more than enough reason.
I mean, why not? Free territory.
True enough. So, why is it, do you think, that De Leon's so supportive of my little power play?
because if he fucks up, because if it fails, he can easily just pin the blame on you and say that he had nothing to do about it. He has a fall guy. Congratulations! You're being manipulated.
Eh? Is it really manipulation if it was what you were going to do anyway?
Yeah. Because he took advantage of the fact that you do want it, so he knows you'll do it. How long until he moves in and takes it from a fucking 1-year-old child, or?
Why hasn't he done it already?
Because. Why do all the hard work when you can have a subordinate do it? It's called delegating.
And why even maintain equalness at all? Why not just call yourself something greater than a baron? I'm here to support him just as much as you are, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not supporting Sebastian. Get that right.
Oh yeah, sure you're not.
Got something to say, Mr. Elias?
Look, I'm just saying there's at least a little bias. Family dinners.
Yeah, family dinners. An agreement that he and I made to maintain a relationship that was very carefully negotiated.
Okay.
Just because we drain someone together doesn't mean that we're fucking allies.
Well, I just want to make sure that our own little dealing, even if I didn't anger you that night, is still on. That you're not letting it slip to people that don't need to be knowing about it.
Oh, are you realizing that you probably shouldn't have told me that you were moving in on Dorothy and Zeke, considering I talked to them too?
Not necessarily. I mean, that is true, and if, in fact, that is the case, I felt like I was going to be walking to a trap anyway.
Who's to say?
Mm-hmm.
So what, you're wanting to see if we're good?
Basically.
I don't know yet, Mr. Elias. Maybe you can sweeten the pot.
What are you looking for?
She looks to the camera. Five city blocks.
No, that's too much. How about something less material? Something more future. How about I let you influence whatever little coteries I gain that like to prance around your neutral zone?
No.
No?
I don't want... No, I've been a shadow. It's boring. It's stupid. And all of you got... And it's just responsibility over people that keep fucking up. It's a nightmare, actually.
Oh, who said responsibility? I'm letting you give them demands.
I can give them demands if I want to. If they
Yeah, but they
fuck
won't
up,
be able to say no.
they can say whatever the fuck they want. They're anarchs. You guys don't have rules. Exerting authority over an anarch is like exerting authority over a fleet. It doesn't actually follow orders.
I don't think so. But if that's how you feel.
I do feel that way. At least the Camarilla has some structure.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, honey.
What? The structure of the Camarilla? It's great, honestly.
I'm trying to figure out how to make a structure here in the Anarch territories on my own.
Oh.
And you can laugh at that if you want. Oh, you can't control the Anarchs. I get it. You know.
No,
but
it's that you're not the first one to try. Dorothy, Zeke, Pharaoh.
Those? No. Dorothy and Zeke are morons. They're just here. They're just hunter killers that were given authority. They don't do anything. I've watched them. They don't do shit that DeLeon wasn't already fucking doing. As for Pharaoh, I don't know what the fuck he does, but he likes to spout communist bullshit and not actually deliver. I'm looking for actual structure around here. I'm looking to change shit. Make the Anarch baronies better. And your little neutral zone, too. I'll extend that at least. I'm a businessman at heart. Even if it's mostly drug peddling.
Can I give you some advice, Mr. Elias? And this is just an observation I've made about you in your endeavor and wanting to be better than the rest of them.
Sure.
You need to watch your mouth and be careful of how much information you're letting slip, because frankly, you're telling people too much. There was a Nosferatu before you who wanted to do too much and who said too much. Do you know what happened to him? Or would you
Frankly,
would you rather I show you? Because I've got it.
I feel like you're gonna show me anyway, no matter what.
Yeah, it actually does. Damn, it makes me feel good because it's funny. And she, like, you see her actually, like, perk up a little bit, put the gun down on her lap, and start typing on her computer. And you see, after a few moments, on all the screens, you see footage of a room that you're not familiar with. It's got, like, paint on the walls and everything, like graffiti almost. But you see this man in a well-dressed, like in a well-tailored suit and a fedora with removing an electronic mask, like the features on it, like but you see him standing before a very petite woman with blonde hair and dark roots, wearing like a denim jacket, burn scars all down one side of her face. Well, basically very Two-Face in appearance. You see them discussing something for a moment, just talking. There's no audio to the actual footage. But after a moment, like, you see Carmen has fully turned to watch it. Ooh, here's my favorite part. And you see the little Nosferatu girl jump at the taller Nosferatu man, finely dressed Nosferatu man, and literally pop his head off. Like it was nothing. And then the footage just turns to static. He was a baron.
Okay.
You know, I still think to this day that all the Anarchs knew that was gonna happen and didn't say shit to him.
I wouldn't know.
Just saying, Mr. Elias. Be careful, or that could be you on the screen one day.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. You can try to intimidate me, but I'm already dead. What's dying again?
Freedom, I would feel. True freedom.
Good choice of words. Well,
just think about it. I had leadership dangled in front of me at one point too. And ultimately I said no over it because, frankly, it was a trap. If they dangle something If they dangle something on a line, you're just on their hook.
I believe you. But not every fish gets caught. I think I'm done here. We'll try to arrange something better. Carmen, I tried to think of something nice to get you, but I'm bad at these things. I have a history. But, if I were to get you something nice and fancy, you have any idea what could be nice for you?
Sebastian's trigger finger.
Oh, that's a lot. That might have to wait for a long time. But we'll see. We have all the time in the world, I guess. Maybe. Or I'll get my head popped off by somebody else. Who knows?
Maybe it'll be Mr. Lansky.
Well, that almost happened last time I talked to you, didn't it?
Ever think that he might have set you up to fail?
Yeah, that came across my mind when there was a knife across my neck
I'll let you in on a little secret.
and teeth in my throat.
He hates anarchs.
Oh yeah, no, he's told me.
So why would he help you?
Because he's helped me before, and I've helped him. So,
Until he didn't.
nah. He didn't expect you to kill me. I don't think he did anyway.
Why? I almost killed him.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess you wouldn't be willing to spill any information about those good kindred, now would you? Or is that a touchy subject still?
Not for free.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
you
you
know
don't
what
want-
and you know what my cost is at this point. A favor or nothing. Material possessions, they just disappear so quickly. A favor I can hold on to for a long time.
Fine. 1.
What did you want? The good kindred or the thing from before?
Your support. I don't care about whatever group this is.
So my silence is what you mean.
Well, that would be nice. But just maybe being a little bit of a buffer, I should say, towards any potential Camarilla intervention. That's all I ask. Just talk to them if they get a bit antsy about power plays so close to the border. But that's it. That's all I ask.
You can go ahead and give me a wits and insight.
Man, I should have put that bonus of wits. You know what? I'm gonna take half. That's a 3-dot pool. So
3.
2.
So, 3 pool? So 2? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not getting like you can tell that she has something in the back of her head when you mention the Camarilla, but you can't pick up on exactly what the sentiment, like what the thought process is. Just that when you mention the Camarilla, there's like a thought process began.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically want to ensure that if the Camarilla determines that they're not exactly happy about the power plays at work over in the Anarch territories, to dissuade them.
That's all I ask. Just to give him a talk.
So a minor boon in exchange for me calming the Camarilla down if they have any issue with your power play.
That and potential silence towards anybody who might be interested.
It's my silence or that for a minor boon. If you're adding my silence onto that, that's going to be another minor boon. Or you can just roll it all into one major.
2 minors.
2 minors. Excellent. Fine. So, 1 minor boon for my calming the Camarilla down should they have any umbrage towards your power play in the Anarch territories. And 2, you're purchasing my silence over...
Zeke and Dorothy, Pharaoh, anybody who's calling and asking.
So you want me to not... You want my silence in any matters of your power play towards Zeke, Dorothy, and Pharaoh.
Oh, I don't actively plan on attacking Pharaoh unless Sebastian gives the word. But that's a whole arrangement that might not even exist. I don't know.
All right.
It might just be a scare tactic.
But ultimately, you want the other minor boon is for my verbal silence towards Zeke, Dorothy, and Ian, if they come inquiring.
And any subordinates they might have, just so we're clear.
Okay. Deal.
All right. That's it. If I'm free to go.
Felix, are you behind the door? And you see the door open, and he's standing behind it. You can walk Mr. Elias out. I need Jennifer here. I have to approve some PTO.
Alright, so we'll turn and start walking relatively briskly.
All right. You head on out. You notice as you're walking out, the cameras throughout the facility turn towards you as you're walking out and follow you until you're out of the building. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and take our first break for the evening. Things are getting a little tense. Stick with us, but Carmen seems to not be as angry at this point with Rex, and has accepted 2 minor boons from Mr. Elias. So, stick with us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to continue the rest of this story. and welcome back. So, last we left off, Annalise went ahead and did some investigating, and Rex made a deal with the she-devil of the neutral zone. Picking up from where we left off, Alex wanted to meet with Annalise this week during the downtime. So, Alex, how are you getting into contact with Annalise?
Probably a simple text message, wanting to clear up some stuff with her.
Annalise, you received the text message. How do you respond?
Thumbs up and Coterie House ?
Sounds good.
All right.
And then 20 minutes or whatever so that I have time to get there.
All right. So 20 minutes later, you guys arrive at the new Coterie Haven after having to vacate the last one. And who would arrive first, do you think?
Probably me because it's so close to my haven.
Okay. So Alex will have already been there, and Annalise, you enter the Coterie Haven and find Alex doing... What would you be doing, Alex, while you waited?
Probably chopping up vegetables, doing random cooking projects and experiments.
Okay.
So sad. No more ghouls to feed.
No more ghouls to feed. But,
I have my own.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, Annalise, you enter, you find Alex doing some prep work, and the scene is yours.
Hey, Alex, what's up?
I was wanting to ask you about what happened the other day in the previous Coterie house.
Fucking lot. Anything specific you wanted to ask about?
Well,
also, I apologize for shooting at you. I was very, very hangry, and it was a shitty night.
It happens, I understand. In particular, my sire kept me in the dark about a lot of things. What's this whole Mithras business you were talking about?
Out of character. How much would I know about the cult of Mithras being an occult little hobgoblin from Tremere in New York?
That's gonna be an intelligence and occult roll.
Funsies. Let's find out if I know anything other than the name that came up when I did the ritual. Hell yeah, 5 successes.
With 5 successes and your age, you've heard of the cult of Mithras. You've heard that they're a thing in London mostly before it fell. You don't know details of the cult. It's the equivalent of like the Illuminati. Like people know about the Illuminati, but they don't know about the Illuminati. So it's mainly just rumors and stuff like that. You actually, like, you get a lot, you mostly have, like, what you have to draw upon it is stuff that's been written in, like, Kine history about the Mithraic religion and the following of Mithras, but basically that he was a sun god and stuff like that. And
Gotcha.
had a cult following that believed that he was god.
Got it. Then I will relay that to Alex. And it's popular in England, at least it was before London got knocked out of the fucking game. I don't know if you know about that, but that's a thing that happened. He's some, like, Jesus hero god figure that they all worship, that apparently Valerie is, like, the great fucking grandchild of. With a couple more greats thrown in there, I'm pretty sure. But they're fucking weird, and it's a cult, and they're, like... I mean, it's a cult that even the Kine know about. Like, Kine have texts on this cult. But apparently it's, like, a Ventrue thing.
I see. I remember you mentioned they messed with Valerie's mind.
I mean, Rex was the one mentioning that, but the fact that she didn't know anything about it, and Rex said she had been like really proud of that shit before, is yeah, they probably did some nip and tuck in her head.
Understandable. I'm trying to see what we should do about her now that everything's become so problematic.
I mean, it sucks because I miss her, but we got to do what Rex fucking says about it. Is what we're going to do about it.
Understood. I'm keeping tabs on her in the meantime. I'm making sure nothing too crazy happens.
Did Rex ask you to?
I'm doing it as a favor.
You might want to ask if it's a favor he wants before you go do that.
How come?
Because you compromise yourself. She could have River turn around and tell you, and you might not know.
I'm not planning on doing anything until I work this out with Rex.
Good call. You are learning fast. I'm proud of you.
I'm keeping her close to the public eye. And keeping a careful
her how?
Keeping her secure in a back room at the restaurant.
That's
making
gonna
sure
be a
she
whole
doesn't
fucking conversation with Rex, because it's she's supposed to be on the out. She's supposed to be figuring her own shit out.
I'm not helping her or anything. I'm simply making sure she doesn't run back to her sire or anything. Or have too much issues with.
You need to talk to Rex. You're making executive decisions that you don't have the authority to make.
I'm paying back a boon.
Just talk to Rex about it before you get yourself in deeper shit. You're doing good as far as, like, a lot of the progress you made, but I don't want to see you step in dog shit again like you did the first fucking time.
Understood. Another question on that matter.
Okay.
How did you come to be an Anarcha Premier? Here, I had no idea y'all were so hated and so persecuted by your clan.
It's a long story, but I'll try to make it the Cliff's Notes version. My clan started as mages, kind mages. They weren't originally kindred. And apparently something was fucking with their magic. They didn't like it. They were freaking out. Some asshole named something like Geriatrix or some shit went and stole a bunch of fucking Tzimisce vampires. You okay there, storyteller? Jesus.
This is the first time I've heard Degoratrix referred to as geriatric.
Fucking Geriatrix or whatever his name is went and kidnapped a bunch of vampires because mages are ridiculously fucking strong. If you encounter somebody, you find out they're a mage, you fucking run. I don't care how strong you think you are.
Understood.
But he kidnapped some vampires from a clan that's called Tzimisce, and basically did a bunch of heinous shit and figured out how to make himself and the other mages into kindred. And I guess the ones that were in charge started doing that. And they started bringing in other mages slowly and making more of them. And then the other kindred were not happy about this because they basically snuck into the library without having a library card, if you will. And they had to go do something to get some credibility, I guess, with the other clans. So they found some asshole nobody liked and ate him. And apparently that was a good thing for the clan, I guess. They had a whole bunch of shit go down. It took a long time for them to get the Camarilla on their side, but once they did, they were like this because they used to have a really, really strict hierarchy, and something happened a while ago that busted it up and gave a little more freedom to the rest of us. And so some Tremere got away from that, I guess, because it used to be that if you were embraced into Tremere, you were basically a slave. And you had to work your way up from there, and there were no other options. And now they can't enforce that as much, so there are kindred like Messiah, who are Anarch Tremia, and it was multi-level marketing basically. Except they weren't selling energy drinks or body wraps.
Close the beta chat.
Yeah, I'm going to. Sorry
It's
about
okay.
that.
It's okay. It's just everyone off camera making fun of Tremere in beta chat. It's fine.
Listen, we got founded by some asshole named Geriatrix. It was all downhill from there.
He planted his dick in the earth.
Yeah.
I appreciate the history lesson, but that's not what I was really asking about. My question is, why aren't you part of that organization? From how skilled you are,
Because
I imagine
Messiah wasn't part of that organization, because that organization is dog shit that steps on everybody that fucking walks by them. Because that organization is the single most evil fucking thing on this planet, and yes, I am by blood related to them, but they can eat my ass.
I understand. I just assumed with how skilled you are, you'd rise pretty quickly to take it over.
That's not how it works. The ones that are already in power do everything they can to fuck you over when you start. And that's universal for Kindred, but Tremere, perfection. That's what they fucking do. Is control
just like the rest
and
of
power.
the fucking cam.
Yeah, but the Tremere do it better.
Understood. Well, I appreciate you being here with us rather than part of that shitty organization.
Me too, because if I was in that shitty organization, I probably would be getting disciplined or ash on the beach somewhere by now. They're not supportive to their fledglings as much as they should be.
I'm constantly impressed with how skilled you are at tracking down these whites, as well as all the other help you've been providing this coterie.
I appreciate that, Alex. It means a lot to hear that. Clans of Kindred are like facets on the face of a stone. We're all the same fucking mineral at the bottom, but we all reflect different things. I am determined that regardless of what my options are, I will always be the baddest motherfucker in the room. And if I have to do that with magic, or with hacking, or with putting my foot up somebody's ass, it's gonna happen.
I just wish I could contribute as much as you do. So I've tried, but every time seems to meet with failure ever since I was sired.
I think it's because you don't take the time to find out what people need. You assume what people need or what people want, and you go do the thing. And then it 9 times out of 10 is not, in fact, what they needed or wanted.
Well,
so instead of contributing, which they should appreciate, because you are trying to help, and I see that. But the problem is that instead of helping, you actually don't help, and in fact, make a bigger mess.
Unfortunately, the last time I asked, that actually just happened. I tried to ask Marcos what I could do to help the cartel, and unfortunately, there was some other involvement there that turned out to be rather problematic.
Well, here's the thing. There's something called the chain of command. And what it is it's a chain you're going to get your ass beat with until you understand who's in command. We're in the coterie under Rex. So if you want to know something or want to help with something, you talk to Rex. Marcos is not in this coterie. Marcos oversees it. If you go over Rex's head to talk to Marcos, you are shitting on Rex. The problem with that is that because you are underneath Rex, that shit will fall directly back onto your face.
I understand. I just thought that's how the cam operated.
We're not the cam. We're fucking anarchs. We work in a cell, or a coterie, or a group, or a fucking adventuring party, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, from whatever fucking niche nerd group you want to call it. We work as a unit. We report to our unit leader, and he deals with all the other motherfuckers, so we don't have to.
I just, when I was first transferred to the city, I never assumed I'd be part of a unit.
Well, Merry fucking Christmas, you are. The problem is that you've been so hard up trying to imitate cam bullshit that you haven't figured out how the unit bullshit works. So I appreciate that you're making the effort now, because it's going to save your ass in the long run. But all the cam bullshit, throw it out the window. You're trying to pour coffee into a cup that's already full. You got to get rid of the shit that's in the cup before you add anything else into that shit.
I thought the cam bullshit was the chain of command.
No. Cam bullshit is cam bullshit. Are we in the Camarilla? No, we are fucking not. None of that shit applies for us. The only thing that is universal is the masquerade. The rest of it, fuck off.
Well, something else I see is universal seems to be might makes right around here.
Yeah, but the problem is that the Camarilla put a bow tie on the might. The rest of us deal with it more directly. However, everyone in this coterie is real young, Alex. Even if we weren't super young when we were embraced, we were still real young as far as this world goes. And the problem is that you are trying to do big dog shit when you're still a puppy. You're trying to growl at people, you're trying to bite people, you're trying to throw your weight around, you're trying to do a lot of shit that I understand the motivation to do. But you are writing checks with your bulldog mouth that your hummingbird ass cannot cash.
Well, it's worked with the kind so long, I just kind of transferred those habits over to the kin.
Yeah, problem with that is we're not fucking kind. We're not cattle, we're not sheep, we're not stupid. And we all have our own claws and teeth too. So you can play that game if you want to play that game. You're gonna fucking lose that game, but you can play it if you want to play it.
It's been a mistake. I'm trying to unlearn those bad habits.
I think we've all been seeing that and appreciating that. It's starting to do good. Just wanting to be helpful is good. We like that. I'm sure Rex likes that. I would like to encourage that. Taking initiative without confirming what is actually helpful is a fucking problem. So, wanting to steer the car, great, helpful. Do that. Don't put your foot on the fucking gas until somebody shows you a green light. Or you're gonna get run the fuck off the road.
Speaking of that, there is someone else I'm wondering about in terms of age. Do you know who that weird young girl who Valerie invited to help you out was?
How
I never got a name.
Would I know that? That's a fucking rando. She brought some hobo in.
I assumed you'd look them up or try to find anything about them, considering...
Alex, I had other shit to do. Shit to do. I am sick of doing shit for free for this fucking coterie when it's been... My back hurts, Alex. I don't have any injuries, but my back hurts because I'm carrying motherfuckers in this bitch.
Well, how can I help support you then?
Keep working on what you're working on. Check in with Rex more often. Don't defer to me for shit when Rex is running this shit. Because I don't want the responsibility of telling your ass to do any fucking thing. Because if I tell you what to do, then that's a me problem. I don't want that. But just keep trying to do better. Keep asking questions. I know it's hard for your clan because y'all all want to believe that you're the bee's fucking knees, but just try to stay humble if you can so that you can actually have the chance to learn to get to the point where your abilities match your inclinations. Because right now you wanna swim in the deep end, and you still need your floaties.
I appreciate the advice, though the condescension is a bit much.
I wouldn't need the condescension if I didn't think you were gonna, like, if I thought you were actually gonna get it with, like, direct talk. You were real fucking stubborn when we started this shit, Alex.
The situation made it even worse.
Okay. Well, like I said, I appreciate you talking to me and the efforts you're making. And I'm sure that the others do too. Frankly, I don't give a fuck what Valerie appreciates. I'm just bummed at the whole fucking situation. It's complicated. But yeah, no, you're heading in the right direction. Just stop hitting the gas before the light turns green.
I appreciate this moment of your time.
Yeah, it's no problem. Like I said, look, I know I'm an asshole, but we are a unit and we do work together. And I'm an asshole, but I'm y'all's asshole. So for better or fucking worse, y'all are stuck with me.
Despite the rough exterior, I see you have a really good heart in you.
I mean, when it was pumping, I'm sure it was great. Right now, it's a fucking paperweight, but yeah.
Any progress on the mission beyond?
I mean, I'll update everybody when we get everybody together, but decent progress on what I was working on. It's not directly related to the main mission, but it's what I gave enough of a shit to work on this week. But yeah, no, that's when we get everybody together, I'll give everybody the 411.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, and with that, we'll move on to our next scene, possibly the last, based on how we're doing on time. Valerie. Oh, Valerie, you had a very specific request this week to meet up with Aurelia. So, how are you getting in contact with Aurelia?
Well, I have the other phone that I told her to only listen to, so I'm just going to text her to meet me at this roller skating rink.
Okay. So
nothing really nothing really else to it, just very vague.
Okay. So she'll send you a thumbs up emoji, and we'll go and meet you down at the Rock and Roller Skates, a skating rink that was founded in our previous iteration by one Moira of Clan Malkavian, an anarch, and it's a simple building with a neon sign of a roller skate and a guitar at the front. Are you making any preparations before heading on in?
Well, to clarify, I'm privately renting out the roller skating rink for the night, so there will be no other kind in there to cause any issues. I am going to bring the shotgun with the incendiary rounds with me, bringing River, who has a stake, a knife, and a gun, those are the classics. And then I will have River tell his gang to be stationed not like directly outside, but nearby, kind of scattered around, just making sure that in case we need them, they can come in.
Okay. All right, so you head to Rock and Roller Skate. Hang on, I need to pull up real quick a sheet. Don't worry about it. And,
really?
Yeah. There we go. I just also need to make sure I have all my cheat sheet ready. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. So, you head to Rock and Roller Skates. The preparations made are done. Would you have access to the incendiary rounds, though? Because those were the coterie. Those were possession of the coterie.
That is, and I would imagine so. Because I was given, I had a shotgun, and then Rex had a shotgun.
Okay,
and
so I'll say
with me.
I'll say that if you're using the original shotgun you had left, you'll have like 3 rounds left.
Yeah, I don't need.
Ammo.
I only shot one. I only shot once with the incendiary last time, so
Okay.
I should only have 3.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you have 3 rounds left of the incendiary ammo.
It's about the threat of having it more than actually using it.
Yeah, no, for
hopefully.
sure.
And I'd like to imagine how, like, if sitting arrangement wise, essentially me, we were sitting next to like a corner of the building, and I want essentially where Aurelia to be sitting is a corner of, like, backed into a corner almost. So me and River are sitting the other side, so that she's kind of trapped in.
So
That makes sense.
like a booth? Because like it's
Yeah,
a roller
yeah, a
skate.
booth.
It's a roller skating ring. It doesn't have booths. It's got like any seating that there are is like bench seating.
Yeah, just anywhere that would, I guess, match that description, closest to how I imagine it. And as well, I want to have the shotgun underneath the table, like by my side.
So the layout of the building is it's a giant roller skating rink in the center of the building. And then there's an area where you can rent shoes that is currently closed. And then there's an arcade area and a cafeteria area. The cafeteria area has like bench seating, almost picnic style tables. So they're not really backed up against a wall. They're kind of like free spaced.
Okay, just the furthest away from the exit then.
Okay. So the only exits are the front exits, like the front entrance, and then like the fire exit towards the back. All right. So you'll have arrived at the roller skating rink before Aurelia?
Yeah, to make sure everything's set up in there. Make sure there's, like, if there's any cameras, that make sure we're out of sight of any cameras, or if there is any. And trying to think of anything else of note to do. No.
Okay, so I will have to ask for a wits and awareness.
Does River
Or
get
a
to?
wits and investigation. Actually, no, wits and investigation.
Okay. Let's see. Can River help me in that?
Yes.
The investigation?
I think he has a dot in investigation.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does. Then he can't help you on this one.
Well, I love rolling.
Can also take half.
I'm a gambler, don't you know?
Mhm. Yeah, I do.
I mean, it would have been the same anyways. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. With 2 successes, the way the cameras are positioned, it's not going like they're kind of like just like in corners, kind of just capturing as much space as possible. So it's going to be, you're going to be on camera no matter what. Whether you can get rid of that evidence afterwards is a different, like, is a potential different story.
Okay. Because I was trying to think, like, can I do something about that? But it'd be a little obvious if I walked in on camera, walked up to the camera and messed with it, so.
You do know that they are CCTV cameras, so, like, they are just closed circuit.
Okay, so if I found a place in the building, I could just
They are closed circuit.
Okay.
It's all closed circuit cameras.
Sounds good to me. That's an easy solution then.
All right, so you get there first. You sit at one of the little sticky unfortunately, it's a roller skating rink. All these tables are sticky. You can clean them no matter what, yet they're still somehow sticky. You sit at this table. You've got the shotgun. Is it taped? Well, how is it you hide?
And I'm like one arm, just kind of like, depending on how big the bench is, just like pointing it across, but trying to keep it.
I would say it's
like
enough to
close
sit
to the
3
table
people
possible.
length.
essentially just holding it, like kind of one arm is just holding it under the table, so it just looks like I'm relaxing one arm under the like by my thighs. In reality, it's me holding a shotgun right there, if it's possible. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Go ahead and see Dex and Stealth.
Would that be Dex? I'm not. Could I
Stamina and Stealth.
Same roll, but that works for me. Do I want a blood surge for this? Kind of important that I do hide this. Why not? No blood surge. We finally got back to 1 hunger.
There you go. You don't own the Club Zero card. You just rent it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh,
Nope.
I messed up. I need to save my willpower here, so 3 successes.
3 successes. You've got you feel fairly confident, like with how dimly lit this area is, that it's after hours. Most of the lights are off anyway. You the disco ball above the roller rink is still going, and some of the colored multi lights are still on, but like otherwise it's pretty dark in here. So you feel fairly confident that it's at least hidden from just like a quick glance. Aurelia does eventually get there. She's wearing baggy, ripped jeans this time with some sneakers. She's wearing like a tube top sort of deal with a zip-up hoodie just over it and a beanie as usual. And she wanders over but doesn't take a seat. She just has her hands tucked into her pants and is just looking at you. Neutral faced. What?
I have a lot to talk about. Take a seat.
I'd prefer to stand.
I'm not in the mood for this sass. She's staring at me. I'm just gonna mesmerize her, tell her to sit. I'm not in the mood for these games. I'm gonna stare at her. I just say, no, we're going to sit and you're going to listen to me.
Go ahead and give me your dominate. What is it? I don't have that card. Wait, here it is. Nope, that's the wrong one. It's your...
It is my manipulation and
dominate.
Intelligence and resolve.
Intelligence and resolve. Thank you. Okay.
Let me do the rouse. Ooh, already at 2 hunger. That's no bueno. That's fine.
She's also going to rouse. She's fine.
Do I want to surge? You know what? I'm gonna surge because I feel like I like doing this.
Dice went down my shirt.
3 hunger. Oh, that's fine. We don't need any more anyways. Just gotta show. All right. 6 successes, messy crit.
Eight successes, regular crit.
Oh my goodness.
Aurelia stares you directly in the eye and says, I prefer to stand, and you will allow me to stand if I so wish. Go ahead and give me that same roll, resistance roll back.
Intelligence and resolve?
Yep, because she is using the same ability on you.
Oh, this...
She does get hungrier.
Alright, I'm not gonna rouse. It's fine. Not as good, but it's fine. 4 successes.
4 successes. You meet it. You meet it and beat it. So you feel the pressure of her attempt at manipulation on you, and your previous messy crit from before, feeling her attempting to mesmerize you right back, you fall victim to the paranoia compulsion now, as you have realized you have underestimated this situation.
what's the resolve for that again? I forget.
So, paranoia, compulsions are on page. 1 second. Compulsion. I've got it right here. 1 moment.
That's you're trying to give me an out here.
208. Damn it! I missed it. There it is. I was trying to do that like slow skim thing. Alright, paranoia is on page 209. In a social setting, you treat everyone with suspicion, trying to get out of any and all engagement. Any action not you try to disengage from any perceived threats, suspecting anyone and anything. Any action not taken towards that immediate end incurs a 2 dice penalty. The compulsion ends when the vampire has spent roughly an hour in a safe space, a rooftop with good visibility, their haven, or buried deep underground.
Oh my goodness, that's very rough. Ow.
You don't, yeah. So you can take the 2 dice penalties, or you can flee.
I feel like running now would be a little bit of a rough move. I don't think I want to necessarily do that. It just
undermines your authority a bit, right?
Yeah, undermines my authority. If only I was dominate compulsion, it would have been great. But estimate. I'm actually going to stare at her for a moment before. Not exactly what you're showing you are. Toreadors aren't known for having my kind of ability.
I never said I was Toreador.
Then what are you?
That's for me to know.
So,
unlike you, I don't flaunt my clan. I value my privacy. I value keeping low. And you put my blood in a Tremere's mouth.
and you decided that you were going to reveal that information, and you read actually the information that I've given you that I told you not to look at until I specified for you to look at.
I owe you nothing, Valerie, because you've given me nothing in return. I've done things for you, and you've done nothing for me.
I'd offer to help you with whatever you needed. I asked if you need help with anything, but you always said no.
And I didn't need anything at the moment, but information is valuable in our society, and I saw an opportunity to see some. And I'm glad I did read it, because I like to know if there's a fucking Tremere around here.
I understand your distaste in Tremere, because I am not a big fan of them either. But that doesn't give you the right to go against what I told you. And
you are not anything to me except an acquaintance. I don't owe you anything. We help each other when necessary. That's it. I do not owe you my loyalty. I don't owe anyone in this area loyalty. I am independent. Not Anarch, not Camarilla. I stay out of your guys' bullshit. And you guys keep trying to drag me into it.
I tried to drag you into nothing. I actually kept you out of anything importance. I only brought you in for something that wasn't even aligned with any of us. Just for getting money, just for doing a job.
You asked me to help you get cocaine for an Anarch Baron, and there was a fucking scourge watching us the entire time.
And did anything happen? Was any consequence of that?
There could have been.
There could have been, but there was none, because I made sure that nothing would happen. Because if you work with me, I can make sure that you are safe and that everything goes okay for you. But instead, you want to go against what I'm telling you. You want to actively betray my orders, what I told you to do.
Your protection isn't worth much to me. When you got outed as Cult of Mithras, when you outed yourself as Cult of Mithras.
I will stop for a moment before I'll say, I have no idea what you're talking about. I merely spreaded false information, but there was no...
The
I am not
entire
Cult of
city was
Mithras.
talking about it. You went to a
I am not Cult of Mithras.
You went to a tea party and were telling people you were Cult of Mithras. I was hearing there were dozens of people that were there.
Yeah, I was spreading misinformation at the party, but I am not Cult of Mithras.
That's okay. You don't have to be Cult of Mithras. That's fine. But you were basically talking about them, acting like you were part of them. You think that's not going to piss them off that an Anarch Ventru is talking shit? I don't need that attention on me. I don't need that association. Yeah, that's surprising because I heard that the fucking cam brought you in.
And yet, here I am back. Does that say something about me? About what I can do? About what I can do for you?
Where were you?
It was not incorrect that I did go to Tampa, but I made it back.
Yeah.
But if you're not worried about what I can provide for you, then perhaps it'd be much more interesting to note what I can do against you. And then I'll reveal the shotgun that I had hidden under the table. I'll say, this is a shotgun loaded with incendiary rounds, and I also have several men posted outside ready to come in on a moment's notice. You also have the ire of a Tremere and of a Nosferatu who happens to have eyes in quite a many places. I think it would be in your best interest to focus on making sure to not make enemies and to maintain good relations. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm not doing shit against anyone. I'm staying out of your guys' mess.
I don't expect you to get into my mess. What I am saying, though, that you've done something to really screw me over.
You screwed yourself over when you trusted someone you barely knew. You don't know me. Why would you trust me with such sensitive information? You have that, and she gestures to River. Why didn't you just give him the envelope? He would have just fucking done exactly what you said to the letter because he's blood bonded to you. Why trust a kindred you don't even know? Don't fucking put your lack of foresight on me. Alright? It's not my fault you put your trust into someone you don't know.
You're right, it was my mistake to put my trust in someone that I don't know. But luckily, you don't know that Annalise is Tremere. In fact, that letter I gave you was just a test. And I'm going to try and cloud memory her to try and erase her memory of Annalise being Tremere.
Forgetful mind?
Forgetful mind her to erase the memories of Annalise being Tremere.
Okay.
I gotta cover my mistakes, damn it. I'm gonna fix it.
Okay. What's the forgetful mind is... I have it here. I know that one I have. Okay, so it's manipulation and dominate versus her intelligence and resolve.
Which I'm gonna arouse.
I gotta pull up her sheet again.
Hunger unchanged.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I'm gonna use willpower.
She's going to... rouse, she's good.
Ew, 3 successes only. That's sad. Please roll terrible.
7 successes.
Ow!
You look at her.
Way better than me.
You look her in the eye and you give her that command, and she blinks.
I should have 2 less dice.
She blinks and. What were we talking about?
I gotta roll my. Cause I know that as a user of this, I know it could possibly not work. So I mean, I still roll just to make sure. Even if I did succeed, I'd roll.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me a wits and insight, and she is going to do manipulation and subterfuge.
I'm actually just gonna take half, which would be 2, because this is straight hunger.
She got 3 successes.
No.
That was actually, and that was an 8 dice. Hey, that was bad for her. She got 8 dice. She had an 8 dice pool.
Oh, welcome to my club. I got 3 with 8 dice too.
But yeah, as far as you can tell, it worked. She doesn't seem to remember anything that you were just talking about.
Okay. I really. That's the main thing I was here for. She does me. Paranoid compulsion makes me want to leave.
She looks at the gun that you still have out. I don't appreciate threats, Valerie. I'm just trying to fucking stay alive. And you're kind of putting me in a hard position right now.
Interesting thing, you mainly focus on staying alive when your next course of action was to actively fuck over someone that you're working with. I guess that's probably why your sire decided that you had to stay locked up, because you had to make some poor decisions on occasion, but it's okay if I'm a lot more forgiving than they are. Because otherwise, I'm sure that Tremere would have a field day with whatever, making sure that you don't share any information about them. I heard some stories about heard of gargoyles. They are rather interesting. But and also it's very interesting what Rex is capable to do as well. Have you heard rats are actually quite crafty little things and determined. If they're stuck inside them, you know they'll claw and bite their way out until they're free, right? It'd be a shame if something were to happen to you along those lines, but make sure in the future you don't make the same mistake, okay?
You can go ahead and give me a manipulation and intimidation. Veiled
Can
threats,
I use?
yes.
Yeah. Can River help me with 1 dice?
Yeah. Because
Yay.
it's kind of just, let's see.
Of course I'm gonna mention you guys. You're my associates. Yay. Okay, so that's 5. Okay. I'm going to browse. Oh, wow. I wish I could change where it stops putting my post-rouse on this dice, but okay.
She got 4 successes.
Seven success crit.
You see her flinch back a little bit and like start rubbing her arm. Like you see her pushing the sleeve up. And start scratching at the skin. And go ahead and give me a wits and awareness.
I assume River can help.
Yes.
Or can River use half it? I remember we talked about being able to use
He
take
can,
half.
yeah, 4.
So it'd be 4 for him. I'm gonna take half and take 2.
Okay.
Cause that's a full.
It wasn't a high DC. You smell blood. As you see, you smell blood, and she suddenly looks up, her eyes glowing red. You have a bunch of men outside. Several, in fact. They're surrounding this building right now.
There doesn't need to be an issue, as long as you understand not to do that again.
One of them's smoking a cigarette. They seem to be street thugs. You start seeing blood seeping and dripping from her arm. Her hand are claws.
I'm just gonna say, you don't need to do anything rash now.
You don't need to threaten me. Because that is not a good idea. So
I
I'm
feel-
going to suggest that you leave and I leave and we don't talk to each other for a while. Because after this, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Your arrogance is astounding.
There's, I feel like, a moment of tense silence as I still have the gun trained and ready, and I sit there kind of like wait, like I imagine considering my options, kind of stone faced, trying to through my next course of action before I will lower my gun, as I will say, and I don't want to see you anywhere in our territory again. Anywhere
I
near.
haven't been in your territory since that fucking first night you found me.
Good. And then you know to stay away.
I wouldn't
And,
want to be under some fucking Ventru anyway. Or your crackhead Baron.
Fighting hard not to give her a speech, you know. Actually, you know, I'm actually gonna turn. No, I'm paranoid. I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna just not respond. That I'm going to instruct River to. Let's go. Have to get back to our territories here.
You see, she doesn't. She as you get up and start to walk away, she does not. She makes sure that her back is not to you. She turns and keeps an eye trained on you, those glowing red eyes, the entire time. And she watches you head out. Do you leave the building?
Well, I'm gonna make sure to go try and erase the footage first of me holding a shotgun to someone, but after that I will leave.
Yeah, go ahead. It'll be in intelligence and tech to erase them.
Can River help me? You actually have the
Yes.
dot in it. So that would be 3 plus 5. Three successes with potential bestial failure.
3 successes is enough. It's CCTV. It's very easy to just find the footage for this night and just erase it. You're not trying to hack into it. You're just going into the computer and just being like, get rid of this.
I'm watching a YouTube video how to. Hold on. But I imagine, or the little pride though that I feel that I did make her scared of me, and that's ultimately what I wanted. I did make her scared. I scared her enough. Okay.
When you leave the room for the cameras, you find that she is no longer there in the building. You head on out of the River talks to his guys, tells them that they're good to go, and you start heading out for feeling that you've done whatever you could. And now we will end our session tonight on the coterie. So, Annalise, Alex, and Rex, you have fully moved into the New Haven. You haven't heard or seen Valerie all week, in 2 weeks actually. And you guys are at the Haven, ready to catch up on whatever information you need to catch up on.
I have notes.
But yeah.
I actually have a question. Do I have Annalise's number, or like any way to contact Annalise's phone?
You
I
have
think
you still have everyone's phone numbers. They just didn't give you the New Haven address.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually, after that, give Annalise a text to say, cleared the information from the girl, and then just a period, sorry, and that would be that.
you get a reply that's just the emote face with the straight line, straight line, straight line.
But yeah, Annalise, Alex, and Rex, you guys are at the Haven, and the scene is yours. Valerie, unless they invite you in, you are out of the scene.
Rex will like just walk in. Probably just came just from hunting or something. Nah, I won't say that because I don't want to force the roll. He'll just come in from where his haven.
Annalise will be, so there's a room in the No Coterie house that both I as Mango and Annalise love, that she has set up all of her new computer shit in. That is, 2 of the walls are painted like a mural of dunes with like reeds and stuff coming up out of them, and the other 2 walls are floor-to-ceiling mirrors, so it looks like a huge space until you see the 5 million reflections everywhere. But I am in there with my computers, and if I hear Rex come in, I will go, "Hey Rex, I've got more info on your boy Fudge if you want to come in here."
Oh yeah? Thank you. He'll look around, see if Alex is in the room.
I am.
Okay. You can come follow if you want. I don't know. He'll go towards Annalise's room and see what's up.
So, I found him on the cameras in Dunedin, your boy Fudge. Got into a car that looks exactly, like down to the dent, like the car that belonged to our first wife.
Oh no, that's what I was worried about.
So I'm pretty damn sure that it's the only one I've seen that also has eyelashes on the fucking headlights. But he got into that car. I was able to follow it on the traffic cameras. And it went to a park in the neutral zone, like Philippe Park or Flip Park or some shit. But it stopped there, and I was able to see the parking lot from the traffic cam that I saw them pull in there with. He got out. He's a big dude, by the way. And also this, like, petite person. They were, like, your height or shorter. Like, small built. They were just kind of like a hobo. They had, like, a hoodie and really baggy pants. And I couldn't get their face because their hood was up. But the motherfucker had glowing red eyes. That was definitely a fucking kindred.
Okay. Crafty, can I possibly relate this to the last time I've seen Aurelia? Because she also had red glowing green eyes at the time, and she probably wore something similar.
So yeah, you could. Aurelia could be an option. However, you do know that glowing red eyes is a common ability amongst kindred.
Yeah, but at least the 5'4", does that?
The 5'4", yeah, 5'4" does match her height.
Plus the baggy clothes.
Right, that's what I was getting at.
And it was definitely some fucking white person, so... They got out at the park. I didn't see him leave, but that was definitely the car of the first girl that got fucking turned into a white.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking if I could possibly, like, roll to see if I could put those two possibly together. If you're saying something, you're silent.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Wits and... investigation.
Okay.
There isn't really a satisfying combination for me out of what's available, but that's the closest one.
I will just take a single success, so that's probably not great.
Could I have like screenshots from the footage pulled up of like the figure getting out of the car next to Foot? So I'll Be like, this motherfucker right here, the little one.
So with one success, it could be Aurelia, but you know that a lot of people like to wear baggy clothes. It's kind of like the new... baggy clothes is the new trendy stuff thing.
May I roll as well?
Yes, you can, but you would... Like, you've only met her the one time, too.
Mhm.
So your
But I
DC
did get a good head-on look at her. So.
Yes.
Well, at least that's something. Thank you. But that's
I mean, we got a physical place we could start looking.
true.
Because I didn't see him leave that park, I don't think.
True.
One success.
Oh, and I have this for you, and she will pull out a little, like, it's like one of those little metallic jars on a chain type thing that you have probably seen people wear that have like a relative's ashes or something in them, and be like, I grabbed some of Cheese's hair before I did what I needed to do, but this is for you since he was one of your buddies.
I appreciate it, Elise. He won't wear it, but he will pocket it.
I just got it because it was the most convenient size. You don't have to. You could put it on a fucking keychain.
Yeah. Thanks. It's still hard to accept that he's gone, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make a point to go look over there next. Fudge used to live around Duding, so it would make sense.
So, because of what fucking car this is, Rex, I'm gonna say this out loud because I feel like I need to. It is entirely possible that your boy is a fucking wipe now, and that we're gonna have to put him in the ground. Are you ready for that shit?
No. To be honest with you, no. But I gotta do
That's
the
fair.
job. Gotta do my
Well,
job. I'll be
I
there.
appreciate you being honest because that means if it comes down to it, I can do it if you can't.
Well, and he'll look to Alex. Hopefully, we'll have everything we need. And I'll throw a text at Valerie. She needs to know this too, even if she's not on the best terms.
We can hope.
Rex will text Valerie. We think she got Fudge. He might be a white. That's all he'll send.
They.
There, sorry.
I'll respond with what would you like me to do, and then also another text saying I mind wiped, or actually I'll just say I cleared the memory of Aurelia. That is dealt with.
Rex will throw like a shrug emoji, like that's not really what he was asking, nor did he really care. But that's Rex will send a text like, we might have to deal with it. I'll let you know.
And then I'll send a thumbs up.
Yeah. Well, she seems to be trying at least.
Yeah. I'm conflicted on a lot of levels.
You and me both.
Crafty, I have a question for you as a storyteller.
Yes.
We previously established that I know a decent amount about blood bonding and ghouls and all of that because of my own background and being a Tremere and all that fun shit.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to, like, even though I know emotionally I'm impacted regardless, would I be able to like analytically realize that most of my emotions are coming from blood bonds that are happening at the moment?
Give me a resolve and composure. Intelligence and resolve, actually. That's better.
Okay. That's a decent one for me. Hang on. Three successes.
3 successes. You are able to sort the emotions and compartmentalize them a bit better than you feel them. You still feel them strongly, but you know what they are. You know them for what they are.
Yeah. So you're like, God damn it, stop it! I'm not supposed to feel things. I'm supposed to be dead inside. I was gypped.
Do we have time to actually start heading over there, or?
I would say that it would be something we would have to leave for next week, just because it would be a whole thing.
Next week we could all meet up over there.
Yeah.
Valerie could meet with us.
I'll switch topics over to what Rex's weekly endeavors were. As for my own business, I think I don't necessarily think I've been had, but Zeke's a bit suspicious about my agents within his domain, so I've had to back off for now regarding trailing him. As for the patrol car that took Marquis, they were probably agents of Agnes or whatever. Reports that I got back from the sheriff's office were that the guys from that car had no memory of picking up anybody that night, or the report even. As far as they're concerned, that they went on patrol. So
He could have his Domitor's, something from his Domitor. He could be able to do that shit too, like Riva could.
possibly. So either he controlled them directly, but I don't know if he can do that. From what he tried to do, I don't know how powerful he is as a ghoul. I have heard that it can get stronger than just what we got anyway. But you know, but I feel like something happened there, and I don't think I will be able to find out really. I think he's a lost cause. Same orders though. He'll on site if you see him again.
Understood,
Full.
boss.
Alex, what have you been doing?
Mostly staying out of the way. I've been trying to keep an eye on Valerie a bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not a terrible idea. I don't think she's gonna run directly away. She had her chance to do so when she got in that call with River, but she came back.
I doubt it as well, but at the same time, better to hedge bets there.
True. Keep an eye on her. Don't take it too seriously, though. I'd watch River more than her, actually. He's still under their control. If you spot them anyway. I don't know.
Should I take River out if I run into him?
No, only on my signal. I think River's still pretty devoted to Valerie, as far as he can be.
Understood. Aye.
think.
Do you have any orders of what I should do during our downtime?
Well, frankly,
I think what we need to do is possibly, since my lead is over with, if you could possibly figure out what Zeke is doing, what he's planning. I don't know. He seemed, the last time I checked on him, he seemed upset with another kindred, presumably Dorothy, but it could have been somebody else.
Should I be direct or stay in the shadows and not engage?
Oh, stay in the shadows. I don't need you to be poking your nose where it doesn't belong. Well, not in his face anyway. If you see that he's visiting places, use your fancy Toreador skills and maybe get some people talking, and who knows, people might let something slip.
Understood.
But keep a low profile. I don't want them to feel suspicious back. All right?
Makes sense. Initially, I was thinking I could get him talking, but that seems like a dangerous idea at this point.
Oh yeah. There's one thing think about those two barons, as much as I think that they're absolutely worthless as barons. I think that the one thing that they're good at is being dangerous. You saw how that one lady fucking sliced your goddamn hand off. I highly doubt that Zeke's much different with his craftsmanship or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, tried flattery with him originally, and we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, with a chewing out, to say the least.
I do not intend to repeat that mistake, so I'll just stay in the shadows and watch and try to figure out what's going on with him.
Thank you. Annalise, do what you need to. I know you're not a fan of taking orders recently, considering all you've been doing.
No, you're in charge. Go ahead.
If you can possibly start looking, well, first off for this car, that'd be great, but I assume you're already doing that. If you can look and maybe see if Agnes is snooping around in the neutral zone or otherwise, let it be on alert, because she's frankly probably pretty pissed off at the whole situation a few weeks ago, especially since I told her no to her face several times. Well, not her face, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I did hang up on her, so I'm sure she's not fond of me either. Yeah, I'll check the cameras and see if I can find anything. There's not a lot else I can do in that regard. I'm not real good at this social shit. I did dodge a cop earlier tonight, though. That was fun. But yeah, no. I'll check the cameras and see what I can find. I've been looking for this fucking car. It's the first time I've seen it since I found out about it, so hopefully I'll be able to check the footage and see if I can track down where it went after the pop, but that's gonna take me some time, I'm sure.
That's good. By the way, clever thinking with that phone disposal.
I'm just mad it took me that long to fucking think of it. I should have done it the minute that she said don't hang up the Val.
It was a high-stress situation. I had some things I figure I could have done too, but slipped my mind. It happens.
I should probably buy Val a new phone, huh?
I'll get her one if she wants one. But I have a sneaking suspicion she's already got one.
Oh, I know, but I broke one. I don't know.
Besides, I've been texting her.
This fucking... This Bloodhound shit is annoying.
I'll say I was texting River. Since technically like that, we did destroy that phone, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she needs a new phone, she can get it from me. I've been collecting them, apparently. When you plug, you need all the sockets, I guess.
Funny.
we'll go ahead and bring this scene to a close and pan over to the neutral zone. A few of River's guys decided to go out after this. One of them, a group of them heading to De Noche. During this scene, a hooded young woman approaches one of them and eventually leads him outside. She takes him over to the docks just behind the nightclub. They go underneath. Things get a little hot and heavy, but ultimately she sinks her fangs into the man's neck and drains him dry. She lets him fall into the water and goes through the process of putting stones in his pockets to ensure he sinks. And then lets him just sink into the silt. Aurelia wipes her mouth, glaring at the water. And just comments dryly, "Fucking deal with this, you Venture piece of shit." And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session. A white time bomb waiting in the river near a very crowded On the Nightly nightclub. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of St. Pete by Night Don't Get Caught. 2 whites about to come out and start some problems in the neutral zone. They're getting a little too close to Cam territory. How much longer is this coterie going to be able to keep this from the Camarilla? Tomorrow evening, make sure to come back and check out What the Hell Is That? Our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle. On Saturday, we have another episode of After Dark with Kent, our beloved lead storyteller. Sunday, we have our Camarilla VTM Chronicle, Bloody Strings, ST'd by Bear the Bard. And on Tuesday, where we have our Werewolf the Apocalypse stream, Rage Across Tampa. We have a lot of content here on St. Pete by Night, and we hope that you come by on every single evening we have a show going on and check it out, and then come back again next week for Don't Get Caught. It's going to be great, guys. Until then, we'll see you next week. Bye!